That's for y'all, man. I didn't do y'all no justice talking about all y'all great attributes yesterday. This is Immaculate 101 here. I was too busy trying to get out everything that was specifically asked and some things that I knew that a lot of y'all didn't even know. And I'm not putting it all in like written in stone because we are ever evolving. Imagine Virgo's energy ever evolving until its last final, like, why I say it's ever evolving is because we're mixed with a bunch of different energies, and certain transits teaches us certain things, and they're mutable. Mutable will evolve for good or bad because it's interpreting it how it thinks it should process. I believe this journey of our lives consists of trial and error. You know what I'm saying? Like, so there's no right way to see this. So I'm gonna in this part two, and I talked for an hour and 27 minutes because the reason why I didn't even know I was talking for an hour and 27 minutes because when I was trying to fix my computer, I was on the computer fixing the microphone on my the Mac the Mac computer. I didn't click back to the tab of where the thing was, so I didn't really know if I was recording or not. And I'm like, yo, an hour and change, but y'all worth it. You know what I'm saying? For good or bad, y'all worth it. Y'all are awesome people. Like, um, uh, Virgo. Virgo is also, they are, they're the second air sign. The first air sign is Gemini, the first part of Mercury, which represents the incoming information. And the out process information would be the other Mercury, which is Virgo, their partner sign. I would like to say that Virgo is almost equivalent to a Gemini, but a Gemini is, to me personally, a Virgo and Gemini will work well with each other. Why I say that? Because a Virgo can teach a Gemini how to be more focused because a Gemini is more all over the place. They are very much all over the place. You talk to them, they're thinking other things. They'll be flinching and fidgety while you're talking to them, or they might be still and they might be going in their head. They heard the words because the words hit them like this, pow, 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 like if you could see the words and they hear it. And in their mind, they could be like, I don't care, but they heard you and they processed it the way they process it. And I understand that Mercury is a positive transit. Mercury is a positive sign. So Mercury is a positive sign, but it's also a mutable sign, and mutable signs are flexible. Like I said, flexible for good or bad. Another thing about Virgos have, and not just Virgo. Let's say Mercury, because I notice both energies of Mercury have these placements, these attributes. I thought that was my daughter. Um, they have these placements. They are Virgos are people who you would have in a group, and I would say they work well alone, but they like to micromanage. Okay, my Mars is there. I like to micromanage, but my Capricorn Sun is like, I don't want nobody blaming me for shit, so I'd rather it be all mine. You know what I'm saying? All mine to handle and then give it back to y'all. And then if y'all see anything need, like, fine tuning and shit like that, that's when I'll be like, yo, so what do you think should go where? Not that I'm gonna give it shit or not that I'm gonna take it or use it. I'm Aquarius moon. At the end of the day, my final say so is my say so. But what I've learned that when you introduce that to Mercury, Mercury gives you a beautiful way to see it. Even if even and remember, if they are really perfectionists, if they are really if Mercury was really a perfectionist, it wouldn't spend more time because what most people don't know behind the scenes, what Mercury does in general, it sits it escapes through television, it escapes through music, it escapes through travel, it escapes through sex. Everybody does these things, but I'm telling you, for them, for how they brain process, because they don't like things too intense. They like it lightly. Like if I'm sometimes when I'm working with Virgos, like if I just happen to work with a Virgo, like literally work with them, and they might tell me that I'm handling I'm oh I got into it one time with a Virgo who was cleaning something wrong, like cleaning you me. I know when you like that's why I said not every time they're always sterile clean, okay? Me personally, I clean certain things with cotton pads. You know what I'm saying? I wash my ass with cotton pads. I'm throwing it away. I'm not keeping my rags. You know what I'm saying? But if my when my guests come, they have brand new washcloths if they choose. But me personally, I don't wash with no wash rag. I use cotton pads, the giant ones. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to keep shit up in my crib. You know what I'm saying? Mars and Virgo, I get very analytically and like that. Like it's not happening. You know what I'm saying? So what will happen is I seen them cleaning a certain way, and they got Mercury do this all the time. They can make their faces and certain bendable flex things, like they can bend their face and do and behind your back they be doing shit like, or so I peeped that this particular person got upset that because this is my client at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? This is my client. You happen to come, XYZ, and I don't mind you coming working for the days I'm not there. But this particular day, you know what I'm saying? Just know that just because I'm sick don't mean I'm off. You know what I'm saying? This is my job. Just like when they got a job and they want to do it their way, they want you to let them do it their way. So my thing is when you clean this area, you let it air dry first and then you do XYZ, because that's how I was taught to clean that particular area or their body part. You know, you let your shit air dry. You just don't throw other stuff in there and it look like I know what I'm doing and get mad and throw this attitude, you know, like do this like I'm gonna show like I'm doing it. And in my head I said I'm gonna let it slide. In my head I'm gonna let it slide. And when I came back, like maybe 10-15 minutes later, the particular area and on the client was greasy and oily, and it's like they was trying to spite me. So I didn't say nothing. I cleaned it. And this time I snapped a picture. They don't know that I did this. You get what I'm saying? I'm faster than you motherfuckers, because you think you're fast. I'm so fucking fast. I'm at the finish line with rolling a blunt. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm literally there. You're not there yet. And they said I didn't do that. You know, I didn't do that. I didn't just come. Now the person who's the client, they weren't completely hot, you know, to where they were hospice, but they was enough to utter the person's name who actually just came right behind me. And not to mention I backed my shit up with my photo, because my photo has the date of the shot and where I took it. So that's why I said sometimes they can do like behind your back little sneaky stuff, like sneaky things, you know what I'm saying? Just to spite you and see if they can push your buttons. When they don't, they'll try and build a thing around you to make it look like see, I didn't do nothing. Like they'll provoke you low key, like like coming at you with people, mind you, because majority of them do stuff like that. Like they'll try and how they are combative normally. How they're combative is with a group, like you know. I'm not saying they punks, not saying none of that, but they'll be combative or try and get your people. Or I noticed that with all mutable energy, they'll try and use a mutable and fixed. They'll try and alienate you by trying to use your resources or the people you know, or to alienate you, so they all can be like, yeah, because you didn't have to do that. It could have been another way you could handle it. They want me because it's my North Node 8th house. I'm supposed to be dignified. You know what I'm saying? Because people see me as normally a leader. I can only be a leader but for so much, because after a while, you have to stand up for yourself. If you don't, they'll be the one that be behind your back, walking past going, you know, doing shit like that. Like, they could get really petty. You know what I'm saying? And it'd be hilarious, like hilariously. Thanks for coming in, whoever. When you come in, please hit the like button to create the algorithm. I go to people pages randomly and go check it. I don't give a fuck if you like how my voice sound, anything I said bad or was offensive. I go on to show love because that's what I do. But I don't have an expectation, even though we all don't need each other, but we all complement each other. You know what I'm saying? And those would be the people that take notes. Like I said, they taking notes, whether it's to break you down or to build you up, or they always that energy, including my Mars there, is to micromanage. You know what I'm saying? Is to micromanage, and depending on where their Jupiter is, I believe that Mercury energy likes to be alone. Okay? I believe Mercurial energy likes to be alone. Virgos are fucking funny. Geminis are fucking hilarious. If you ain't got enough Gemini in you, you don't know laughter. Like my daughter is so hilarious. And she got a lot of she's very, very, very intuitive. So she's awesome. But Virgos are so fucking funny too. But the stomach hurt hurt your rib. I get that from my Geminis. You know what I'm saying? But Virgos are the funny that make you think. You know what I'm saying? The jokesters that make you think. Capricorns is the brutally honest jokesters that you be like, son, that's a nasty fucking joke, but that shit was funny. You know what I'm saying? Who else? Aquarius is funny, but their jokes come from personal things that our brain naturally don't get, so it come out. Sagittarius is fucking funny. That's what I'm telling you. Mutable, Mercurial, Neptune, Pisces is funny. Like, you can't have laughter without Mercury. You can't have fun without Virgo. Virgo loves to keep, like I said, they lighthearted. They don't want to deal with too much harsh realities. They don't like too much of it. It's like, if you give them, they can tell you what to think. Let's just say they start off with a conversation about earthquakes. Now, somebody like me who's an Aquarius moon, I'm more cerebral. I am very cerebral on it. Now I'm going in details. I'm giving you the elements of the earth that's underneath the layer and how earthquakes come up and they like, nigga, that was too much. Like, where the fuck you going with that? You know what I'm saying? Like, where was this coming from? I just like a good conversation. It wasn't about a debate, but like I said, sometimes they want to see what come out your mouth too. They are ever testing you. Ever testing you. Don't think not one time in this world they're not testing you. And what I feel bad for is a lot of times when they feel like people don't understand them, how they sometimes they really believe there's something wrong with them. Like sometimes they'll feel like people are watching them and looking out for them, looking for them, like somebody's bothering them. They'll make it seem like somebody's after them, but sometimes they can draw it, like I said, because their polar opposite is Pisces. And Pisces can attract, I believe all water signs can do this. Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces can attract, somebody who could be like, there's a spirit in your house. Oh, it was in the guns. It was in Scary Movie Part 2. She was like, I see spirits. It's in the house. It's in the guns. And the gun shot and blew her hair and it was standing up. They can conjure because they spend so much time ruminating and tapping in without knowing that they're tapping in, spending so much time directing energy in a certain area. When they're jealous, they'll tell you what you can't do and what you shouldn't do. When they're jealous, okay? Why I say that is because to them, they don't understand it. They think, remember, their job in their mind is to micromanage things that's around them. And a lot of times, the things that they micromanage is only the things that's supposed to be for them to handle. Because a lot, like I said, and if you give them a big thing to handle, like a big ass puzzle, they're like Gemini. They will do it in spurts. I see when my Mars and Virgo can break down after. It's not meant to carry a big boulder on his back and walk 4 or 5 blocks. You know what I'm saying? I would say that's something that a Taurus can do. And I mean 4 or 5 long blocks. I mean like blocks here in Brooklyn be long as a motherfucker. I see a Virgo or a Mercurial energy like, man, let me try and see if I can get somebody to help me carry this shit. You know what I'm saying? Because they're the analyzer. A Capricorn, Taurus, they would think of getting somebody to help, but they be like, yo, I don't want nobody to help. You know what I'm saying? I don't want nobody to get in, to this and that. Or I might have to share their money, or they might expect something from me later. You know what I'm saying? We think like that. You know what I'm saying? But when 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 Virgo and when mutable energy, now I can't always put this on Virgo because this is mutable in general. Remember, y'all are so flexible that sometimes being flexible can make you mentally lazy, like mentally lazy, because you're looking for an easier way to get it done without, even though you're detail oriented, the bigger scale, you're actually not understanding that the details is good, but it takes the whole thing that makes it work. If you get what I'm saying. And they understand that when they want to keep things to themselves and do it only for themselves, they do it. You know what I'm saying? They have no problem making it in a way of the world don't need to know. But if you did that to them, they'll feel like, oh, that person, or they acting funny, or they being shit. It's like it's one-sided in their mind, because like I said, it's almost like when Mercury, they think both sides too. It's like shadow and light. We all have a shadow side. Everyone has a shadow side, but it's motivated by 2 different reasons. Like, and that's why my opposition side is Cancer. When I come across some Cancers, some things I just don't like about fucking Cancers, and I can't help that. I attract them because they're my polar opposite. But some things I check their ass. That passive aggressive shit, I check it. Like I be like, yo, why you getting at me passive aggressive? Oh, get this. But then I do it. But when I do it, I'm doing it to assist someone. When they doing it to be protective of their feelings. You understand? I'm doing it. So a Pisces showed me that about myself. You get what I'm saying? So I didn't know that I had passive aggressive. Like I said, it's a journey about ourselves that we clearly are not aware of. But what Virgo, I noticed that Mercury will make you do. Like I said, I noticed a lot of both Mercury. And I would say 80%. The last 20 could be completely self-sufficient without looking for anything from anybody. But majority of the time, they talk it. But sometimes they switch it up and really don't mean it. But the incentive is what I'm learning that Gemini brings to the world, and Virgos bring to the world. They bring the incentive of the dream. Like to become great after following your heart from Leo. Now the dream. Oh, I noticed Virgos also, a lot of Virgos are starstruck. Like they want to personally be this in their mind, this superstar. So they try to when they so they'll try to assort themselves around superstars. Like they'll try to get in there. Like when they know, and I noticed this, when they are, for all we know, they probably put out them and this person cool, so they have to go around this particular star. I seen this done with multiple of them. Like, how many people would I say? I don't got my paper, but I wrote down a lot of stuff because I had to go on my other. I got like 8 computers that's full of things that I've carried with me from 1997, of screenshots of all my journals of different energies. I was always that kid. They'll assort themselves with stars so they can try, and I believe that it's an initiator for them to understand what their ideal of perfection is, their idea of what perfection is, because they're going to do their own thing whether you like it or not. You know what I'm saying? That's what I admire about them. Even if they fuck up, they're like, oh well, I fucked up. But when you fuck up in your head, they'll be like, well, they fucked up. They'll say that out loud to you, but in the back of their mind, they're like, nigga, you and me, two different motherfuckers. You can't do what I do. I did this because of this. You don't even know why I did it. You know what I'm saying? Even if they did it much worse. You understand? But they bring a lot of love. What I dislike about Mercury in general, they could do some foul shit because they are the more survivalists than I believe mutable energy and fixed energy to a degree, but more so mutable. Mutable energies, y'all, are Virgo, Pisces, Sagittarius, and Gemini. The mutable energy is, and the I said fixed. I think I said fixed, which would be Leo and Aquarius, are self-sustaining, if you get what I'm saying. And it's not to say nothing bad. It's not to say self-sustaining is good. I mean, because at the end of the day, you don't want to be taking care of somebody who's bringing you down, even though y'all do. Y'all like taking care of people who y'all always find yourselves in some goddamn whimsical relationship that y'all end up having to take care of people. Because really, truth be told, your subconscious, you feel good helping others, but you complain about it. You'll be helping people and saying you're taking care. You'll be helping people and saying that they're taking advantage of you. But yet you'll still continue to do it. Like you feel like it's your sole contract. You're not. Service don't necessarily mean you have to help others. Like, this is the thing. Once we come out of this age of Aquarius and what we're learning, don't you realize what we're learning? We're learning to become self-sufficient, not self-reliant on each other. Everyone here in this world has a gift to make themselves. You can assist someone to want to live another day. But if they want to go, they're going to go. You'll take that pain with you. When really, truly, it wasn't your pain to endure. It's like you want that energy wants to be a part of something to feel like it's that. I know some that'll pick up the package and mail because of the neighbor stealing. And the neighbor like, I don't even speak to that person. I don't know why they did the man. They'll tell you that they're doing it for a nice gesture, but really and truly, they being, like I said, it's like, I call it the rook move. When because they're also a social sign. So let's just say, sometimes I don't speak every day. I got a song coming out about that. I don't like to speak every day. Sometimes I can clearly look at a person, but not really look at them. Like, you know how when you walk in sometimes, but you're gazing and your eye is stuck, but you might walk past the person because you think you're coming up on them, but you already still in your head. And when you get where you got to go, you realize, damn, they went past me already. And I look back and they're already down the block. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like that. But in their case, they're social. So they watch a lot of things that go on in and out of the neighborhood. They're not going to tell you. They'll tell you in the form of gossip, like how you hearing it from me right now. But the gossip be more brutal, like they know you better than you know yourself. Okay, and that's okay, because this gossip make the world go round. I don't go fuck what nobody say. We need a little bit of gossip in this world. You know what I'm saying? Gossip is to motivate you to be. Gossip can either harm you or make you. And when people try to use gossip on me, it don't matter. But if you try and use gossip on a Virgo will try and cover it up with them, and Gemini do this a lot. And we're talking about, get ready. I see. I gotta learn how to add video edit clips so you can see the energies and the live footages I got. I'm gonna start posting. I ain't talking about it because I know people gonna try and do this right now. I ain't letting nobody steal none of my ideas. Y'all wait till I do it that way. When y'all see the dates and the timestamp, y'all know I put it up here on YouTube first. But I got a thing to show that's going to present it because I'm stepping into my Leo North Node. I'm going to present something new to the world and innovate it. It's taking the old and reinventing it with something new. So that is what y'all want to see. But I'm going to show you how the energies work in its raw form, like how you're going to see it. Of course, there's other transits that influence it, but nonetheless, the archetypes you cannot deny. They'll throw the guard card when they doing half the shit they doing. Like when they doing some evasive shit could be like they stole your money. Well, why you mad that I took your money? I thought we was friends. I would have gave you back the money. But then you would say, well, you didn't ask me. Well, I shouldn't have to ask you because if we that tight, then it shouldn't matter. If you love me, that wouldn't be a problem. You know, the manipulation. But if you did that to them up close, they'll be like, nah, it's all right that you took the money. But in their mind, they warping about, nigga, you touch my shit. They're naturally greedy. Like they're greedy. Like they're greedy. They're so greedy. Majority of them. I seen it a whole lot. And this ain't gossip. I seen them so greedy. I forgot it. Someone said don't say it, so I'm gonna leave it. They can be so greedy that their friends, they want you to be their only, like they'll act like in a group that the friend is okay. But on the inside, they don't want you around their friend. They don't want you to get to know them. But your friend, they're gonna want to know your resources. They're gonna want to know your friends. They're gonna want to know this, and they'll feel like why you ain't do this for me and why you ain't do that for me. But if it was the other way around, they wouldn't tell you. You get what I'm saying? They'll tell you like nigga, go find your own shit in their head. You know what I'm saying? They love family. Virgos love family, at least in small doses. In small doses. Small doses of family is good for them. They love in relationships. They love to go away for a while too. I noticed this. Away for a while. If they got one that they feel like they're responsible for, that's because the person is their partner is irresponsible. Is why they don't take vacations. But they love their family, but they also love to take breaks away from home. And taking breaks away from home means even if they like to travel to another city or state for a couple of days, they love stuff like that. They love to get out. Remember, they're Mercury. Mercury travel. Gemini's travel. Gemini is short distance travel. Sagittarius is long distance travel. So Mercury before Virgo means that he can go far, he or she can go far, or thing. You know what I'm saying? But I would say the comfort zone for Virgos is their bed, their food. They're simple. Virgos are very simple because they don't need a lot. But if you got something that they can need at that time, they taking all of that and holding on to theirs. Just know that. And I said something about the star chasers, like the people. Starstruck is the word. The starstruck Geminis and Virgos, they try to personify that, or they'll constantly try to get you. If you get what I'm saying, like they try to use a star to become a star, and there's nothing wrong with that, because remember that we in life you have to be an opportunist, but don't be an opportunist to manipulate a situation to show us. In their vein, look it up. It's fucked up to say, but it's fucking true. Now we're coming into a time after this transit